Well, it seems to be the major discourse on hot front burner in the country, and we're talking about the issue of insecurity. With the UK government coming to advise their citizens to in every way stay clear from about 7 states in Nigeria. Many are saying, is this the way things needs to be? Well, let's put that in mind. But I want to quickly welcome you to another lovely time on Atlantic TV. You do know every lovely weekday from Monday to Friday is Viewpoint. And you also do know that my name is Mike Egobadia.
And I am Mercy Irabo. Welcome to Viewpoint on Atlantic TV. What a beautiful day to start out this new week. Like I will always say, you need to start it with lots of energy and smiles to have a very good and enjoyable week. Yeah. All right, so you know what Viewpoint is all about. We start with the dailies, we go straight into the dialogue, and the news comes around, and of course trending. And you know, Monday's edition of is always amazing because we have a lot of time to take all of the weekend stories, and this had lots and lots of gist, so you do not want to miss any of these. And of course, you know, you can engage with platforms on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram at Atlantic Media and TV. We need to go on this quick break, and once we return, the dailies will be next.
Alright, my name is Desoka, the comedy catalyst of one of Nigerian comedy.
Alright guys, back again, yes boss, my name is Osh Baby.
Yemi Alade.
Yeah, what up people, it's your boy Victor Adi.
Girl Niniola.
My name is my wife, Nanja Celebrity type man.
My papa say, who won't carry cow, waka go, waka follow the cow. I know the life for you.
As you know, you're watching the Atlantic TV.
Keep watching Atlantic TV.
Atlantic TV. Keep watching Atlantic TV.
Keep watching Atlantic TV.
Keep watching Atlantic TV.
Atlantic TV.
Informative, educative, interesting, entertaining.
Worldwide, international.
Don't go anywhere, I'll catch you.
Don't touch that die. Atlantic TV. Boom.
Atlantic TV, we wanna party.
Atlantic TV. Culturally inclined and uniquely different.
Well, you do know the dailies is taking center stage as we start off Viewpoint on Atlantic TV. And for review today, we have 6 papers. We have the Vanguard, the Punch, Daily Trust, Nigerian Tribune, the Guardian, and the Nation. You do know I always enjoy starting with the Punch, and let's see what the Punch has as a major one, especially on its front page, coming out from a weekend. And on the front page of the Punch, it says, PDP crisis, 3,000 delegates set for high-stake convention. Right after that says Makinde Wike Camp trade blows as delegates get up for convention. And I'll tell you to get more of that story on page 2. Well, looks as if the PDP is finally ready. Well, anyway, I'm ready to take some more. Genocide, PFM, Islamic Council in verbal crossfire is a major one on page 6. And Solodo's Anambra win sparks political storm. And you can get more of that storm on page 2. Drugs, Regina, a bitter showdown. And we'll plead with them, let them remember they still have 2 lovely kids that might be at the crossfire. But get any of that, or rather all of that, on page 8 of the Punch. Crude oil revenue plunge by 43% is a very disturbing news on page 33, knowing that our oil revenue stands with crude oil. Let's see if we take some other major leading stories still on the front page of the Punch this morning. Federal government vows tighter security after UK flags northern state unsafe. And you remember, it is safe for you to follow us on that story on Dialogue, but get that story on page 9. 15 girls rescued from Ondo 6 trafficking network is a very disturbing one on page 4. We even heard stories that the girls are young as 14 and 15, which is quite really disturbing. Arebeshola backing can't save Adeleke APC chieftain is giving us all of that on page 9. But the picture of the day is more like getting prepared for action during the intercompany obstacle crossing competition. We're talking about new recruits, and all of that happened at the headquarters in Abuja. Well, anyway, all of that also played out yesterday. Well, that's the much you can take from the Punch newspaper.
Let's check out for stories making it to the Tribune. The lead story on the Nigerian Tribune this morning: PDP, SDP, LP, ADC rejects Anambra Guber results. Tinubu orders Congress Serap to INEC, hand over Anambra vote buyers and sponsors. ICPC, yeah. I will work for Anambra people, and this is coming from Soludo. More of that story is on page 22 of the Nigerian Tribune. Let's take some more leading stories still at the front page of the Nigerian Tribune. A fuel import tariff will strengthen Naira for investment, and this is coming from NECA, and that's on page 6 of the Nigerian Tribune. Concerns as loan sharks re-emerge. Results to blackmail, intimidation for load recoveries. We will go after them, FCCPC assures, advises Nigerians to stop patronizing them. That very story is on page 5 of the Nigerian Tribune. Let's look out for some more leading stories still at the front page of the Nigerian Tribune. Wike grants defaulters and Asokoro Gaki Wuse and another 14 days to pay a 5 million naira violation fee. More of that is on page 2 of the Nigerian Tribune. UK issues fresh travel warning to Borno, Yobe, Adamawa, 3 others over rising insecurity. More of that is on page 21 of the Nigerian Tribune. No work, no pay, unjust, negates fair labor relations, and this is coming from on page 2 of the Nigerian Tribune. On the health sector, we can see next cancer fighting mRNA vaccine may already be here. Well, more of that is on page 2 of the Nigerian Tribune. NSCIA attributes security crisis to climate change, poverty, mass unemployment. It says CPC designation pretext to destabilize country. No Christian genocide in Nigeria, it declares. Well, more of that story is on page 3 of the Nigerian Tribune. 90% of Nigerian land, real estate have defective titles, and this is coming from Agbakoba on page 2 of the Nigerian Tribune. Let's see what we have as the picture of the day. Yeah, that's Governor Monday Okpewolo, the governor of Edo State, receiving a trophy from the captain of Edo Volleyball under 15. That's a big one, a big win for Edo State. Well, that's all we're taking this morning on the Nigerian Tribune.
Well, the Daily Trust is where we trust to go as we get more as it concerns the Daily this morning. And on the Daily Trust, the leading story reads, genocide claim, federal government silent on Omopiton's legal brief. We are not aware. Not me, but the Senate seems to be saying that. But I'll tell you to get more of what that means on page 3 and 4. Anambra Labour Party ADC candidate reject result as Solodo re-elected. It's a major screamer on page 12. Trump threats, stock market loss hits to 8 trillion just under a week. Woo! Get more of that story on page 6. Protests in Kogi community over bandit attack is a very disturbing one on page 52. But I'll just take rather the picture of the day. 1, 2, 3. Well, we're talking about 12 Bay's University convocation ceremony. You can see no other but the former vice presidential candidate of the Labour Party in the last general elections, Senator Baba Ahmed Dati. Well, you do know he's the leader of right there at the Bayes University. And, well, you understand, enough chairs as they did their 12th university convocation ceremony. That was held on Saturday. Well, that's the much you can take from the Daily Trust newspaper.
Let's see what the Guardian has for us this morning. The lead story on the Guardian this morning. Soludo triumphs in Anambra as ADC observers the cry vote buying. Interesting story on page 6 of the Guardian newspaper. A header urges Tinubu to pause 15% fuel import tariff amid hardship. More of that is on page 5 of the Guardian newspaper. A court hears motion on PDP November convention today. Interesting one on page 3 of the Guardian newspaper. The International Monetary Fund, Nigeria discuss reforms, new development plan. That very story is on page 3 of the Nigerian Tribune. Let's look for more leading stories still at the front page of the Guardian newspaper. Nest Oil Necon seek vacation of court order on OML 42 assets. We have some riders to that. Foreign lenders, major banks join fights to overturn sweeping court orders. Court halts proceedings amid NJC Chief Judge petitions. More of that is on page 19 of the Guardian newspaper. Let's see for some more leading ones still on the front page of the Guardian. Awujale, Olawumi warns against violation of traditions and customary law. Interesting one on page 5 of the Guardian newspaper. Agbakoba, how Nigeria can improve naira value, hedge volatility. Well, that's on page 4 of the Guardian newspaper. Trump's comments threatens national unity. NSCIA warns demands retraction. That one is on page 6 of the Guardian newspaper. Anambra Serap Booth Party urge INEC to prosecute vote buyers. That's on page 7 of the Guardian newspaper. NCS records revenue surge as Port Harcourt Command earns 33 billion naira in October. You can get more of that on page 7 of the Guardian newspaper. Nigeria loses $8 billion yearly to idle seafarers, delayed CVFF disbursements. More of that is on page 4 of the Guardian newspaper. Let's see what we have as a picture of the day. Yeah, that's talking about the results of the Anambra elections. We can see AFGA has 422,644 votes, with APC and other parties having their own numbers, and you can see the huge gap between AFGA and other parties. Well, that's all we're taking this morning on the Guardian newspaper. Let's see what the Nation has for us today. The lead story, my victory means elections getting better, says Soludo. Tinubu, his re-election testament to visionary leadership. Governors hail deserved victory. More of that is on page 40 of the Nation newspaper. Let's take a look at some more leading ones. Senator Unwoko, actress wife Regina marital crisis gets messier. That's on page 4, and we'll be coming up later today on trending. You don't want to miss that on trending. Yeah, let's take a look at some more leading ones still on the front page of the Nation newspaper. Plots to take over Nest Oil, Necon's interest in OML 42 unravels. Foreign lenders, major bank join fight to overturn sweeping court orders. Court halts proceedings amid NJC Chief Judge petitions. More of that is on page 4 of the Nation newspaper. Let's take a look at some more leading ones still at the front page of the Nation. Federal government to list 1 trillion naira real estate funding on the Nigerian exchange. A single-digit mortgage to close housing gap coming. More of that is on page 5 of the Nation newspaper. How to attain multi-trillion naira economy by Agbakoba. That's on page 6 of the Nation newspaper. World Cup playoff, Eagles Rabat camp bubbles. That very story is on page 47 of the Nation newspaper. PDP crisis throws Ekiti governorship primary won by Oluyede into storm. That's very interesting story on page 5 of the Nation newspaper. Let's see what we have as the picture of the day. Still talking about the victory for Edo State. The governor of Edo State humbly receiving the cup from the captain of the violin group. Well, that's what we're taking this morning on the Nation newspaper.
The Vanguard is where we're going next, and definitely the last paper for review today on this awesome Monday morning, beginning of a new week. Okay, let's continue then. How Solodo tsunami swept all 21 local governments. Woo, it's a major one. We're still talking about the Anambra showdown. Riders to follow that very. Governor Hill's INEC security agencies. A poll record best turnout in 20 years. Winners and losers. Serap won sponsors of vote buying probed and also prosecuted. Anambra Rec dismissed claims of vote buying. Tinubu congratulates winner, says his re-election affirms visionary leadership. But anyway, I'll tell you to get more of that story on page 5. Let's see if we take some other major leading story, just like others, more like an advertorial. And it says plot to take over Nest Oil and Nicoded investments in OML 42 unravels. As foreign lenders, major banks join fight to overcome sweeping court orders, court halts proceedings amid NJC Chief Judge petitions. But don't petition that story, but get more of it on page 11. Let's see if we take some other major leading stories. Still on the front page of the Vanguard this morning. Federal government exceeds 2025 borrowing target by 55.6%, expected to hit 80% by year end. Well, it's a very disturbing story on page 19. Let's see. UK warns against travel to 6 states. It's a major one on page 9. And US watch list, Nigeria not in religious war, according to NSCIA. But get more of that story also on page 9. A story you can also get on page 9, Anglican primate to federal government seek foreign help if you can't stop killings. Nigeria records 81% drop in terror-related deaths since 2015, says presidency. And many Nigerians will say, are you sure of that very data? Well, anyway, I'm sure of taking another major one. Okay, no evidence to show allocation reach local governments directly. Autonomy, and we're talking about as ICPC and others seems to be telling us all that story on page 13. And let's see if we still have any. If we do, okay, no. Let's just see. The picture of the day is the governor-elect and also still the governor of Anambra State. We're talking about Chukwuma Solodo. And you do know he had about 440-something thousand votes, as according to his closest rival, who had only 99,000 votes. And you say that was indeed tsunami and a landslide. But anyway, that's much we can take from the papers this morning. We always implore you that if you see, you seem to find any really newsworthy, why just do yourself that lovely favor this lovely Monday morning. Go grab a copy of any and read up and get real-time information as it concerns all that seems to be on the daily. Well, time is not a friend. We would have talked about some major headlines on the front page of the dailies this morning. Well, you do know we need to go on that break now. And when we do come back, you do know that dialogue will take center stage on the show today. And we'll still be talking about the issue of insecurity and what better way we can handle it. Let's go on the break.
When the lights go out, who do you call? Ticado! Ticado Energy Solutions Limited, your plug for electrical power, surveillance system, and entertainment. From expert electrical installation to efficient eco-friendly solar inverter systems, no matter the size, Ticado delivers smart energy solutions designed for today and tomorrow. We also help you secure your space with our cutting-edge security and surveillance system. Enjoy crystal clear entertainment with our professional DSTV and cable TV installation. Visit Ticado today at Block F4, Suite 41 and 42, HFP East Line Plaza, Abraham Adesanya, Aja, Lagos. Or call 0906 902 5025 or 0815 176 6817. Explore our services at ticado.com.ng. Ticado Energy Solutions Limited. Power, protection, peace. Atlantic TV, culturally inclined and uniquely different.
Every year, millions of lives are stolen, dreams cut short, futures traded in silence. Human trafficking is a modern-day slavery. It hides in plain sight, tearing families apart and trapping the vulnerable in fear. But together we can end it. Together we can protect, we can rescue, and we can give hope. Say no to exploitation. Say no to slavery. Say no to human trafficking. Powered by Atlantic Media and TV.
Atlantic TV, culturally inclined and uniquely different.
Don't miss out on exciting news, events, and more. Stay connected by following us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram at Atlantic Media and TV.
United Kingdom has advised its citizens to avoid travel to several parts of Nigeria, raising concern over terrorism, violent crimes, kidnapping, and intercommunal clashes. This was contained in the latest foreign travel advice released on govern.uk and cited by Dialogue yesterday, Sunday. In the latest advisory, the UK Foreign Commonwealth and Development Office said insecurity is increasing across Nigeria, adding that kidnapping, violent crime, and intercommunal violence occur throughout all regions of Nigeria. It also emphasized that more needs to be done. The advisory called on British nationals to exercise extreme caution, review safety proceedings, and also ensure that they have contingent plans in place. The FCDO advised against all travel to Borno, Yobe, Adamawa, Gombe, Katsina, Zamfara states, citing a high and increasing threat from Boko Haram and Islamic State West African province, particularly around transport hubs, religious area, and large gathering. According to the statement, the UK warned that humanitarian personnel and also those with supplies and infrastructure can be targeted by terrorists and these criminals. British government staff in Nigeria had been advised to restrict travel to an area bordering within the Abuja metropolis area. This very advice is coming from the British government, is coming also at a time where there's heightened tension between Nigeria and the United States over insecurity in the most populous black nation on the planet. But whether the US goes ahead with the threat or not, the most important thing is that security should improve in the country, and a need for us to talk about it on this lovely edition of Dialogue. And that is, we're talking about handling the growing insecurity in the country. And that's what we're having as a major discourse today on Dialogue. We're talking about handling the growing insecurity in the country, knowing that just recently, like I said, just yesterday, we got a wind that the UK has advised its citizens about traveling to Nigeria. And not only that, we're quite sure others might follow suit. But anyway, following our tradition of discussion, you do know we do not just talk alone, we always have a guest. And our guests are always resource persons with credible and indeed intelligent answering, especially as it concerns the topic at hand. And I have no other person but an elder. I like calling him an elder statesman because he has gone through all circles in life, especially in this very big heart. And we're talking about Delta State. And I'm talking of no other person but Chief Olori Makege. Good morning and welcome to the show, sir.
Good morning, Mike. Good morning, listeners and viewers.
Well, it's not a good time for Nigeria as it concerns security issues. But anyway, we'll just say, well, we can do the best we can. But anyway, talking about our introduction, this will be the first time a Western nation will put on an advisory as it concerns its citizens. And like I said, I'm quite sure some other countries might follow suit. But whether they follow or not, it's more like summing up the security situation that we are presently facing at the moment. Now, my question will be 2 points. My first question is the country really in a dire situation as concerns insecurity? That's number one. And I do know you're an economist. A follow-up question to that, is it going to affect us greatly on the economical angle? Knowing that in recent time, we seem to be posting very encouraging results as it concerns the economy and growth. But let's get your question, or get your answers as it concerns those two questions.
If the situation of insecurity in Nigeria today, if it were imposed by foreign government on Nigeria, Nigeria should go to war.
Strong statement.
Yes, Nigeria should go to war. When you travel nowadays, when you are outside your home, your house, your primary concern is security. Security is now the governing concern in your heart as you step out of your house. The security of your children at school is of concern to you. The security of your family is almost getting to the point where we need to put a machete, a cutlass in our bag to escort our family members outside to protect them. It is that bad. And that dovetails into your second question.
Yes.
There cannot be prosperity where there is insecurity. Insecurity breeds poverty. The only people who get wealthy in an insecure situation are the arms producers. That's all. Because it gets to a point where those who threaten security themselves, their own security is also threatened. So we are in a very bad situation. We don't need all those advisories from foreign countries to let us know that we are bad. Do we need a doctor to tell you that your stomach is paining you? We are in a very bad situation, security-wise. And all those figures that have been thrown around as economic boost and all that, I'm not too sure of them.
Anyway, I will not make you drag us into that discussion. I will leave that for another day. But let's stick still with the issue of the insecurity. And anyway, a sad news got to the table of dialogue just yesterday in the evening that a woman, one Mrs. Elizabeth Olorushoba, was killed, an elderly woman was killed yesterday in Kogi State when she and other persons were adopted by bandits, but she was not able to walk fast as they were ushering them into the bush. So she was shot in the head and left behind. Sad tale of insecurity. Our heart goes out to the family. But that's not only the report we got during the weekend. We also got during the weekend that the Lukarawa terrorist group also attacked a custom camp yesterday in Kebbi, and they even burnt it down. And well, we've not got the information is still a bit sketchy, but be rest assured, we right here on Dialogue on Atlantic TV are always following reports, and where we have credible intelligence gathering that will bring it to you to know whether we have any loss of life during that very sad incident. But it brings me to my next question. Things are not getting better. We've spent trillions of naira in the last decade and a half fighting insecurity, but yes, it seems to be getting up a new life, metamorphosing into a different direction and a more dangerous one. So my most important question, which I'm now forced to ask, why are we not winning this war upon the huge money and men we are pushing into the fight?
I don't know if the trillions that you mentioned,
yes,
that are said to be pumped into the security apparatus actually get pumped into the security apparatus.
Sir, as of 2024, our defense budget was put at 4.57 trillion. As of 2025, our defense budget was put at 6.59 trillion, amounting to almost 11%.
Yes, how much of it actually goes into security? How much of it? The leakages along the road. When retired Air Force Chief of Staff, Naval Chief of Staff, when they were tried, you remember, the story was on the air, how much money they were stealing from the budgetary allocation. We hear of complaints from our soldiers at the war front, complaining of lack of
the basics.
Yes.
Food, portable drinking water.
And are you sure that even the arms we are buying are good? Are you sure? Are you sure they fire when they are supposed to fire? These are logistics that we need critical review, because it's not just money budgeted for. What money is spent on? How much is spent on? We can't close our eyes to the corruption in the armed forces. We cannot. Look at the statement by Secretary Haggett of the United States on Nigeria. That the money being allocated by United States to support Nigeria, they don't even know how it's spent. They don't know how it's spent. So look, we are in a very desperate situation, security-wise.
Desperate.
desperate situation. And we shouldn't wait until he knocks on our door before we rise up. Security is the primary responsibility of government. Security is the primary responsibility of government. How do you say that for years, Abuja-Kaduna rule cannot be applied? Kaduna State is almost bordering boundary with Abuja.
Yeah.
The Abuja-Kaduna rail was at a point abandoned because of bandits. So if the federal capital can be under threat for a long time, and it's still under threat till now, and the criminals, where they are, we know them. We know where they are. We are in an era of drones. We are in an era of satellite surveillance.
Yeah.
The technology is there. The technology is not strange to us. We spend billions, trillions on acquiring equipment. Can militants, bandits, terrorists camp within miles of Abuja? And we have an army, we have an air force, we have police, we have DSS, and we are not taking the war to them. In our own territory, in our own country, how can militants, terrorists be hiding in Sambisa forest? How can they be hiding in Samfara forest? How can they be hiding in a horror forest here in Delta State? In a horror here in a Gweru. And we're not taking the war to them. What kind of military do we have? Do we need to have Donald Trump to tell us that we failed and we failed woefully? This war has been on for how many years? It took Buhari almost a year, if not more than a year, to declare the bandits terrorists. These people will be killing and killing and killing. Today we've not had the courage. Government has not gotten the courage to tell us how bandits came to Nigeria. Even when we know, even when Baraje mentioned that APC government of Buhari brought them into the country. And we're all crying that if Trump comes to Nigeria to help, it's an affront on our sovereignty. But when it is alleged that El-Rufai and Buhari government used Amiyeti Allah to bring Fulani bandits into Nigeria, there wasn't sovereignty then. That wasn't sovereignty. Sovereignty was not an issue. But when the help is coming now, we're not talking of sovereignty. You see, we are not serious. We are not serious.
Okay, now, I still want to pick you on that, because you just raised something now, which seems to be on the front burner as we also continue our discussion. Yeah. Many are saying, yes, we can still attribute securing lives and property as the main principal responsibility of any government and this very government. But some also feel that this is beyond what this government can do. It is not taking a foreign dimension. And foreign in the sense that these arms that are being paraded by these bandits are being supplied by foreign hands. It's also being said that since the issue of us having issues with Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger that are being ruled by military leaders, since that ECOWAS and those countries had that breakdown of good relationship, everything has spiraled into outside our own hands. So my question now, do you feel this war can only be won when we have foreign hands coming to assist us, number one, and number two, having good cordial relation, especially with countries around the Sahel? And because many are saying this is way beyond what the government can do. Since our relationship with especially our immediate neighbors are not being addressed, it will persist.
When there was a military coup in the Nigerian Republic,
yes,
President Tinubu ordered that the coup plotters should relinquish authority very quickly, or Nigeria will invade. That makes it very clear that good neighborliness is very important. Good Lebanese is very important.
Yes.
What happens in one affects the other.
Yes, most certainly.
When the president therefore said that we may likely invade, we will likely invade Niger, we are creating enemies where we should not create enemies. That's number one. Number two, your neighbor is your neighbor is part and parcel of your security. I'm talking of country. When Ukraine became hostile to Russia by wanting to join Russian enemy NATO,
and
you see what is happening there. Can you imagine Canada becoming a member of the Soviet of Russia? Can't be. When Russia wanted to install missiles in Cuba.
Yes, we saw what
that almost
led
led to
Kennedy
and Brezhnev era. That nearly led to World War III.
Yes.
So your neighbors are as important as yourself. You must have good relationship with them. That's number one. Number two, let's come to cross-border crime. You just mentioned here that there was a raid on is it custom camp?
Yeah, custom camp in Kebbi.
In Kebbi. That's a border town.
It was set ablaze.
Yes, that was a border town. There was a time during Obasanjo era, when armed robbers were coming from Benin Republic to steal cars and kill
Tijani,
exactly. These are problems. We must have, the bottom line is that we must have excellent relationship with our neighbors. Right now, herdsmen, Fulani herdsmen, are escaping Nigeria through Furore, a border town in Adamawa State. They are escaping in thousands into Cameroon because they fear Americans are coming. Then if Americans come and they go, I wish they won't come back. So you see, it's sustainability that is important. The Americans come and they will go. If they don't go, then they become an invasion force, an occupation force.
Yes.
If they leave, can we have adequate security apparatus to checkmate all those that have escaped? They don't come back. And do we have enough capacity to sustain the peace of that period? The bottom line is, there are very few patriotic Nigerians. We think more as a tribe man than a Nigerian. And that's the bottom line. You see the people burning American flags in the north of the country.
Kano, to be precise.
Such is not happening in the south.
Yeah.
The people of the southern Nigeria are completely different in value, in orientation, from the people in the north. You are having a problem and the person is saying, I'm coming to help you to solve this problem. And you're burning his flags. So this is an issue. Very few Nigerians are patriotic.
Very few believe in the Nigerian cause.
Yes, in the Nigerian cause. Very, very few believe in it. The only time Nigerians believe in Nigeria is when there's a football match between Eagles and some foreign country. That's all.
Okay, anyways, well, in case you're joining us, it's Dialogue, and today we're looking at handling the growing insecurity in the country, especially looking at what the UK High Commission gave out yesterday, has been also monitored by this very great station, Atlantic TV, and the program Dialogue, telling their citizens to beware not to visit some part of Nigerians, and indeed telling them to naturally just stay off. Well, anyway, we're not staying off the issue, but rather discussing it. We're looking at dealing with the growing insecurity in the country and what needs to be done. But anyway, he's doing just that, and I'm talking of no other person but Chief Olori Magege, helping out with the discourse. And well, we're still looking at the issue of foreign interference. Now, since the United States came out to say, well, they will definitely see if they'll come in and deal with the problem being faced by Nigeria, we've had many world powers coming out to also voice their concern. One major world power that came out first was China. telling the Americans to stay off Nigerian issues. Another major one, well, the EU also had their voice on it. But just yesterday, we right here on Dialogue also monitored that the Russian Foreign Ministry also came out to say, well, they were advised no country to interfere in another country's issue and said they're having a close monitor of the situation itself. Now, I'm not curious to ask, is Nigeria such an important question that is even making the world powers go at each other's jugular on account of what seems to be happening? I really want to understand.
Well, let's flatter ourselves that we are important.
We are important.
Let's flatter ourselves that we are important.
How much you following my game?
You see, Oshomole came on air just last week, accusing China of flaming the insecurity situation in the country. That Chinese illegal miners are arming terrorists to protect their business venture. So if China now says America should keep away, you cannot understand why. Secondly, if America comes, it's not free. America is not coming free of charge. We are going to pay reparation.
In one way or the other?
In one way or the other. We are going to get influenced by America. And when you are influenced by America positively, because now they've been a savior, then what do you call Chinese? China is what? China becomes an enemy. But I am not worried about that. Nigeria is not likely to become a center for foreign conflict. I don't think so. Russia has enough on his hands with Ukraine.
With Ukraine.
So he must talk. That's why he talked. But America, if America wants to come, America will come. America is going to El Salvador. And it's over there now.
Yes.
And nothing is stopping them. So let's not count on China, Russia, or EU. EU has not been able to help Ukraine. They've just exacerbated the situation there. So these guys are talking to protect their pockets of business influence in Nigeria. We should look towards them. America is not coming to invade us. America is coming to help us to solve a problem we cannot solve ourselves. It wasn't on Dino Milai in 2023 who in the Senate, right in the Senate, saying if we need foreign aid, let's ask for it. This security has become too rampant that people are dying and dying and dying. In 2023, why is it now that people are responding, America is responding, we are complaining? Why? And the majority of the complaints are coming from one section, the section that is most bedeviled by insecurity.
Okay, now, still looking at this, I'm also a bit curious to ask, because we saw in the papers that two major religious groups seems to be on also each other's jugular. Crossfire has been happening since that very threat coming from the United States. And I'm talking about the National Supreme Council of Islamic Affairs, NSCIA, and also the Pentecostal Fellowship of Nigeria, PFN. They both came out during the weekend to say, well, NSCIA say, well, nothing like Christian genocide, why the PFN seems to have a contrary view. Now, let's just quickly, is this all about, is it a religious thing? It's just a question.
Yes. There is no way you look at this thing that you won't conclude that it's a religious thing. Churches have been bombed.
But mosques are also being bombed.
Yes, but not at the same rate.
Muslims are also being killed.
Yes, not at the same rate. And not for the same reason. Not for the same reason. There could be conflict. The conflict, in Islam, there are various denominations.
Yes, sir. We have
the Shia, we have
the Sunnis, the Shiites, all of that.
They don't love themselves. They don't love themselves. What is the difference between Why is Iran fighting Saudi Arabia?
Iran is Shiite.
Is Shiite?
Saudi Arabia is Sunni.
Sunni.
Yeah.
So, if there's a conflict within the Muslim community, which we have experienced too, Mr. Masatan or something.
Yeah.
Malam
Tassine.
Yes. The Shias have been murdered in Kaduna several times. So if there is inter-religious conflict within the Muslims, they can be burning their mosque. But Christians are not fighting Christians. Are you getting me?
Yeah.
And we cannot therefore say that there is no
religious coloration
to it. There is religious coloration. Anybody killed either is a Muslim or a Christian. But in the case of Deborah, that was stoned to death because he was thanking God, thanking Jesus for our completion, successful completion of our program. And she was stoned to death. Was she stoned to death because of what? Because she's a woman? Because she's beautiful? Or because she's ugly? Or because she's... No! It's a blasphemy thing. There's a blasphemy law in the northern Nigeria. If you criticize anything sacred to the Muslims, the punishment is death.
irrespective of your religion.
Irrespective of the religion.
It's the Sharia penal code.
So that is the point. That is the issue. That is the issue. So to say there is no religious crisis in Nigeria is a lie. To say that Christians are not being massacred is a lie. To also add that Muslims are also being killed is the point. Muslims are being killed, but not at the rate of Christians being killed. 18,000 churches being burnt. How are you going to classify that? 123,000 Christians killed. What is that? And nobody is arrested. Nobody is prosecuted. Nobody is punished for it. Terrorists invade a whole area. They sack the villages and they occupy the villages. They are there in the villages. Security apparatus are not going there to arrest them. You sack a village, you occupy the village. You see how bad it is. Nobody is being prosecuted, nobody is being arrested, there is no blame. We just sweep everything under the carpet. We forget. Or we pretend to forget. And the people that you killed, they have brothers, they have sisters, they have fathers, they have mothers. Do you think they are not going to plot revenge? They are going to plot revenge. So the earlier we put an end to this program, the better for us. And I am saying America should have been here yesterday.
Anyway, that's the talk they had yesterday. But we are right here today, and we're still talking about the issue.
I'm saying they are already late.
Okay, well, I do understand what you meant. But I wanted to bring us back to the studio to continue our discussion. Now, whether we like it, whether foreigners come, they don't come, whether it's a religious thing, it's not a religious thing, the most important thing is that Nigerians need to be secure. That's the most important thing.
That's the important thing.
Now, that brings me to the main question. How can we better secure ourselves? In your own view, what needs to be done?
By being sincere to ourselves, one, we must recognize that we are created differently. There are so many things that separate us than join us.
As a people?
As a people. And we don't have the right to ask God, why did you create this person short and why did you create this person tall? We don't have the right to ask God, why is this person a Christian? Why is this person a Muslim? We don't have. We need to be tolerant of each other. Knowing fully well that your idea cannot be superior to my idea. We must be tolerant. We are a country of diverse people. And therefore, diversity is the order of the day in a country like Nigeria. That's number one. We need to have proper indoctrination of our military.
Okay.
I think TRADOC, the arm of the military that is in charge of training and indoctrination, is doing a very bad job. That's my view, my personal view. Otherwise, Why will a soldier's loyalty be to his tribe or to his religion and not to the country that trained him? There's a story that when the Chibok girls were kidnapped, the Americans came to rescue them. And they planned with the Nigerian army that they will gas the camp so that the Boko Haram will fall asleep. But when they got there, the Boko Haram were already wearing masks. Who leaked the story to them? Who leaked the secret to them? Is it not within the Nigerian army, among the planners? Do you think that the Americans will come and be planning with low-level soldiers? They are planning with the top rank. So what that tells us that among the military, there are Judases. And that's why I'm saying indoctrination is key. Patriotism must be imbibed in us. We must continue to think of the Nigerian project as our own, as part and parcel. As our entire life depends on that thing. When the American national anthem is being played, you see people weeping. You experience that emotion, that patriotism, living patriotism, live patriotism. I watched on TikTok a Chinese little boy, a toddler, still on that one. He was crying. When the Chinese national anthem was played on the television, he stood up and kept quiet. As soon as the anthem was completed, he started crying again. He fell down and started crying again. That is patriotism I'm talking about. When you hear your country, you get a rush of adrenaline
to your heart.
Into your heart. We don't have it, and that is the problem. And no government is addressing it, and politicians are not addressing it because politicians thrive on divisive rhetorics. And that is the problem. If we start thinking of Nigeria as be all and end of our life, the problem will be solved. That's part of security situation, a long-term plan. Lastly, we must develop a highly intelligent gathering mechanism with a follow-up.
With a follow-up.
With a follow-up. When a Christian bishop announced that his village that he got information that his village was going to be attacked in, I think, Benue or Plateau State. And he cried out. A week before the attack, nothing happened. Attack actually happened. And soldiers went down there and were patrolling empty streets. So there must be a follow-up to intelligence. You hear something, do something. That is very vital if we are going to have peace and growth in Nigeria. You see, I didn't prepare for this question. You got me by.
But anyway, your answers are here.
That was
in your heart.
In my mind.
Yeah.
You know? We need also to start engaging our soldiers, the commanders, and rewarding them for doing a good job and punishing them seriously. Punishing them seriously.
If they fail.
If they fail. Give excuses. You are not employed for excuses. You are employed to do your job. And doing your job is getting Nigeria safe. If we cannot control internal crisis, internal security challenges, how prepared are we to defend Nigeria against external aggression? How prepared are we? Are we just having soldiers who harass people left, right, center? Are we just having policemen whose only job is to collect 2,800 naira at checkpoints? Nigeria is a country, it has gotten so bad that rather than prosecute, you settle. Settlement has now crept into our lexicon when it comes to security matters. You can kill somebody and you settle if you have the money. That bad. So Nigerian life has now a monetary value, which is very sad.
But the Nigerian life does matter. And
it does matter in Naira content.
Well, anyway, it's a sad narrative. But
yes, but that's the truth.
But yeah, I want to still come back to you on that very question. Because, yeah, all you are talking about, if you look at all you've said, is us sitting up as a nation and taking the fights to the bandits.
Yeah.
That's all you're saying.
Yes.
A nutshell of what you've said.
That's it.
But there's this other school of thought that feels it's not just going to be military might that might end this. Dialogue needs to come in. And somebody emphasizing that is not that person but Sheikh Gumi.
Yeah, the number one supporter of terrorism.
Come on.
Yes, he can come after he was going to sue me, sorry. Let him come and sue me.
Now,
his son is also in the military.
That's I know.
Yes,
that
his son has just...
I've seen him.
Yes, his son has just graduated as, is it a lieutenant or something? And that man will go and command.
So do you feel dialogue is not? We should not use no
You don't dialogue with the criminals now. There is difference between the militants in Niger Delta and bandits. That is what they miss in the north. That's what Gumi is missing. Gumi is saying that militants in Delta are bandits too. Militants in Niger Delta are fighting for resource control. And they don't go from village to village destroying, killing people, destroying lives and property. They are not doing so. In fact, they are protecting their communities. So you can clearly see why they are fighting, why the militants are fighting. But what are the grouses of Futajalon Fulanis coming to Nigeria as bandits? What has Nigeria done to them? We are not talking of Nigerian Fulani. We are talking of Futajalon, Niger Fulani, Chad Fulanis, who are not Nigerians. And that is why, because they are not Nigerians, that explains the ferocity of the attack. And we will not see that. Somebody has the audacity to say that the bandits are the militants of the north. I mean, that is crazy. The bandits kill more of northerners than they kill of southerners. And you don't see that. I just wonder, what brought me into this type of country with this kind of people who don't see that crime against one is crime against all. It's difficult for me to understand. And people are not angry. We are not angry. We don't know how to express our anger. We are not angry people. We are not. Right in my mother's village, Ugonorogu, herdsmen raped a woman on her farm. That wasn't bad enough. They blinded her. Destroyed her 2 eyes. And the people woke up. The people woke up and chased them. Chased the cows. Chased them and their cows out. And General Musa, immediate past.
Christopher Musa.
Immediate past.
CDS.
And a Christian came to say that no, cows should be arrested. Don't kill them. Go to court. Claim damages. Do you know which eyes do you think they kill her? Can you get a herdsman to be arrested? Can the owner of the farm that has been destroyed get a herdsman arrested? To where? Miyeti Allah will come the following day with a lawyer with sand, bail him, and he will disappear. We must proscribe Miyeti Allah. Miyeti Allah was paid 100 billion naira by Buhari for what we don't know. But what we suspect, what I suspect, a reward for bringing armed bandits into the country.
Anyway, so you feel kinetic approach should not even be thought of. We should not dialogue with anybody.
You dialogue when you've eliminated them.
Okay, anyway, we're not eliminating our discussion. The time is not a friend. We're almost out of time, though. But a major final one, which is on the front burner of all discourse, and is the issue of the U.S. intervention. Yes, you said they should come. But there's this also school of thought that collaboration should also be key. Because like you also said, if they come, they eliminate, they go. These people might come back. So let's look at in what way can collaboration help to strengthen our security architecture and in every way put an end to this? In your own take.
Collaboration with who?
With Western powers that have the might, that have the know-whither, that have the intelligence gathering.
Earlier on, I told you, patriotism is the thing. We don't lack manpower. We don't lack the resources, human resources, to solve this problem.
What of intelligence?
We don't even lack the intelligence. Everything that is going on, DSS knows. The military intelligence know. The armed forces intelligence, the army intelligence, they know. They know. But they are handicapped by opposing ideologies. That is the problem. You know that the military is highly hierarchical. Orders from the above cannot be obeyed, they cannot be disobeyed down.
By under below.
So, we have heard a lot. You remember there was a story that Boko Haram was almost being defeated by Jonathan.
Yeah.
Using mercenaries.
Yeah.
Mercenaries are issue of collaboration.
Yes. Yeah.
If you are talking of engaging mercenaries to help us to boost our...
So should we go towards that route?
Yes, that's where we should go. That's the cooperation we should go. When you are bringing mercenaries, you go through their government and bring the mercenaries.
Okay.
You can also go through joint training, which is almost going on at the same time. Nigerian soldiers are trained abroad.
Yeah, up to now.
Up to now, they come back. But we must have a way to go into the mind of Nigerians to make them Nigerians. Until we find a way to do that, we're wasting our time. We're wasting our time.
But anyway, I will tell you, we've not wasted our time in this discussion. It has been elaborate, it has been revealing, and more like soul-searching for many Nigerians, especially as you talked about our need to be more patriotic for a true Nigerian cause. I would need to thank you so much, Chief Olori Magege. Time is never a friend, especially when we're having such very important, robust, and intelligent discussion. But you also agree with me that indeed security has to improve on the black and most populous nation on the planet. But I thank you so much for taking your time and adding your voice to national growth, especially as it concerns the issue of insecurity. I really, truly thank you, and I mean no other person but Chief Olori Magege. And you do know, like Oliver will say, you always ask for more.
I'm always available.
So we always want to call you to also have or share your thought as it concerns major critical national issues on the front burner. Thank you so much.
Anytime for inviting me.
Well, thank you so
very
much. Well, anyway, for me, it's a wrap on dialogue. Today, we talked about handling the growing insecurity in the country, and you do know the discussion will never end on our tables. Let's continue our discussion because I will need your comments, contribution, and indeed, any idea that will better this very nation. Go drop them on our social media platform. They're already there on your screen, and be rest assured that all of those comments are truly appreciated by...
It breaks trust, destroys lives and families, and steals futures. Domestic violence is not a private matter. It's a violation of dignity, and it must end. Because hitting a woman does not make you a man, but correcting her in love and staying in peace with her is God's plan. Together, we can raise our voices, protect the vulnerable, and rebuild lives. Say no to silence. Say no to fear. Say no to domestic violence. Powered by Atlantic Media and TV.
Behind closed doors, too many suffer in silence. Too many lives are scarred by violence in the very place that should bring peace, the home. Domestic violence is not love. It is pain. It breaks trust, destroys lives and families, and steals futures. Domestic violence is not a private matter. It's a violation of dignity, and it must end. Because hitting a woman does not make her a man, but correcting her in love and staying in peace with her is God's plan. Together, we can raise our voices, protect the vulnerable, and rebuild lives. Say no to silence. Say no to fear. Say no to domestic violence. Powered by Atlantic Media and TV.
Let's see how you're gonna rap now. His name is Jay. Everybody say Jay. In 10 and 9 and 8 and 7 and 6 and 5 and 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yo, let's go. Let's move it on. Say, let's go. Oh, let's move it on. Can I say, we wanna party. Move it on. We wanna party. Come on, stand up. We wanna party. Oh yeah. We wanna party. We are here at the show. Chilling really nice. Oh, you all looking good. Thank you for the compliment, bro. You are looking very nice. Oh, look at her now. She's looking good. She's looking fresh. Look at her swag. He's looking kind of nice. Oh, give it up for her. Give it up for her.
In 5 and 4 and 3, 2, 1, go.
My God, he did for me. It's too short for me, As to be my loving daddy, it run out for me. Way out for day if you know be saying, now because of you I the shine today. Your love will bust my brain, I go follow you every night today. Your love will cover me, say blessing they follow me. Now you will hold my destiny, no they fear anything, no. So put your couple. Find Jesus, join your papa. Find Jesus, join your papa. Find Jesus, join your papa. Say, according to your knowledge and your will for me, what you say is you. I don't need to because you are not a man that those that knows you will trust in you. Not the nonsense, no chariots. By the power of flesh, no man can prevail.
DJ Emmy.
Turn it up. And 3, 2, 1, come on, Brian.
I was in a plane going to Spain. It's the plantain when the policeman came. He searched my pocket and he saw cocaine. He took me to the station and I can't explain. He gave me 12 knock on my head maintained. The liar, go to a fire, he will flog you with a wire. As Jeremiah in the book of Zechariah. Today Allah say, don't eat gala. Tomorrow na salad. Pray to God, make your soup not sour.
Pray to God in 5 and 4 and 3, 2, 1. Come on, the line.
Paste me your location. This your body. People me for attention. As it got pleasure, they have to get some motivating your body, not temptation. Cause it's time I forgive you my gesture. Mondo to be most da gboru o she mi we be were o ya ga wo she you know the sister ajojo gbedu e then talk say na be me be e sha am okay na you go come tell me now now make humility na go turn me malu because if I talk one they go like swallow me share one good share one bad share one real share one fake me I don't do again. See wins are the one shalom.
All right, T for Treasure, let's go.
Hey, Hey, my name is Treasure. I go put you on pressure. They drive cyber truck, can be anything on pressure. Ground full force full ground. When they see and they go any year, you go better. All of una fine, see us all of una fresh. I they blush all of una nothing contest. You see us are fine, I be fine, but like this. They call me Blacky Poppy, I they rush off una beats. 12 midnight, we know they drive alone. Any year, it's on the phone, with them jet and they go. With them mash and they go. They mash and they go. Rev and they mash and they go.
They go.
You all know me very well. I'm not here to tell you about myself. I'm here to sing about you to the world. You all know me very well. I'm not gonna tell you about myself. I'm trying to sing you about the world. Yeah. Once upon a time, yeah, me I was broke. No money, everywhere they shook. Can't entertain my visitors with coke. People come to my house, I can't give them any coke. Yo, and then tell me and I'm
Nice one.
Can I hear your voice? Another yauna. Say. DJ on the beat. Yo, baby Georgia is my name. Rock out my body when I get it and I spit it in your face. I'm never not make music cause it business in my vein. I'm an outgoing poppy, only action on the trust. Say, Ebrumede. Say, yeah, Vanna where the paradox come. Vanna where the paradox come. Vanna where the paradox come. Nana where the paradox come. Nana where the paradox show. Aya, talk to me. Bust my head. He dey enter.
Don't miss out on exciting news, events, and more. Stay connected by following us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram at Atlantic Media and TV.
I had a dream. I was 5, and I would always say, "Don't touch me anyhow, please. I'm going to be a queen." I had no idea that I would meet my husband and one day become a queen. And so your mouth is your greatest prophetic weapon. You don't need a prophet. Your mouth will tell your story and will predict your future. The future of the worry child is in your declarations. Every single day, to our medical practitioners, to our tech scientists, to our petroleum engineers, to our chemical engineers, to our environmentalists, to our agriculturists, I just want you to say one thing to yourself: I will fulfill my dreams. Every single day. No. Yes, every single day. But I want you to make it a practice. Don't let anybody snuff your voice out. Don't let anybody or any circumstance take out the ability for you to declare your future to yourself. Because as you speak it, you will become it. The future of the worry child is in your mouth. And as long as they can't steal your voice, they cannot steal your future. God bless you all. God bless Ogiame Atuashe III. God bless the children of this great land. God bless Nigeria. Thank you all so much.
Please, a standing ovation.
Atlantic TV. Culturally inclined and uniquely different.
Hello and welcome to our daily news roundup on Atlantic TV. I am Mike Egubadio. Here are our top stories. Federal government moves to reassure Nigerians after UK lists Northern State as security risks. 2027, the APC chairs a wife rallies Women for Tinubu re-election drive. Nigerian connects to unified West African power grid. And other forests in UK issues fresh travel advisory. Nigeria flags 21 states over rising insecurity. And talking sports in DD, we are dangerous. Eagles won playoff rivals. Now to the news in full. The federal government has reacted to the latest United Kingdom travel advisory, which listed several northern states as unsafe. It's saying proactive steps are being taken to address insecurity and ensure the safety of citizens and foreigners. In a response obtained by the Ministry of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris said the Tinubu administration is keenly aware of the security challenges and have stepped up investment in intelligence gathering and military operations. He assured that with ongoing reforms in the security architecture, the days of insecurity in the country are numbered. Meanwhile, the Gombe state government has rejected the UK's classification describing it as unfounded and unfair. The State Director General of Press Affairs, Ismaila Misili, insisted that Gombe remains one of the most peaceful and stable states in Nigeria, maintaining that there have been no insurgency, communal crises, or major security incidents in recent years. He urged international partners to disregard the advisory, saying that the state continues to attract investment and maintain strong collaboration with security agencies. While Abuja maintains that Nigeria is safe for residents and visitors, security analysts said the latest UK advisory underscores the need for consistent communication between local authorities and foreign missions to ensure credible evidence-based risk assessments. The UK's Foreign Health, Commonwealth and Development Office warned nationals against traveling to Borno, Yobe, Adamawa, Gombe, Katsina and Zamfara states, citing terrorism, kidnapping and advised limited travel to several others, including Kaduna, Kano, Niger and parts of the FCT. The federal government has confirmed that over 700 individuals have been convicted and jailed for terrorism-related offenses across Nigeria as the special court for Boko Haram cases enters its 8th section. According to the minister, the special court set up exclusively for terrorism trials have already held several sittings, securing hundreds of convictions with several new cases on the way. He said the Department of State Service has concluded investigation into major terror cases, including the Owo church attack, the Nyanyam bombing, and the Yewata massacre. The police, the NSCDC, and other security agencies, he added, are also prosecuting hundreds of terrorism and economic crime cases across various courts. The minister noted that the Auditor General of the Federation continues to provide leadership and coordination between government institutions and judiciary to ensure speedy dispensation of justice. Idris reaffirmed the government's commitment to due process, insisting that all terrorism cases will face trial under the law, a move he says reflects Nigeria's zero-tolerance stance against violent extremism. Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, made the disclosure while responding to questions from journalists, saying the convictions are part of ongoing effort to strengthen the rule of law in counter-terrorism operations nationwide. Away from that, the wife of the national chairman of the All Progressive Congress, Dr. Martina Yewada, has begun early mobilization for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu re-election ahead of the 2027 general election. The event, organized by the Women's Leadership Network, brought together APC women leaders, female lawmakers, and youth representatives. Dr. Yewada praised President Tinubu for promoting women inclusion through political appointment and empowerment programs, saying the 2027 campaign should highlight his achievements. She also endorsed the reserved seat for women bill before the National Assembly, insisting that gender representation in governance must become law. Yewada further encouraged women to support one another in politics, noting that the ruling party's ongoing Project 774 initiative will serve as a key tool for nationwide mobilization. Earlier, the national coordinator of the Women's Leadership Network, Dr. Furaya Buhari-Ado, commended the president for what she described as unprecedented opportunities for women in government and called for continued support for inclusive governance. As political momentum builds ahead of the 2027, the EPC Women Wing says its focus remains clear, mobilizing voters and amplifying the message of renewed hope agenda across Nigeria. Speaking at the Women's Political Forum in Abuja, Dr. Yewada urged female leaders across the party to unite behind the president's renewed hope agenda and begin grassroots sensitization across the 774 local government areas. Tension is rising in the opposition People's Democratic Party as over 3,000 delegates prepare to storm Ibadan, Oyo State, for the party's national elective convention slated for November 15th and 16th. A federal high court ruling by Justice James Omotosho had initially restrained the PDP from holding the convention, citing procedural breaches, but a counter order from Justice Ladira Akintola of the Oyo State High Court gave the green light for the event to proceed. In reaction, the Damagun-led National Working Committee suspended 3 top officials, including the National Secretary Samuel Anyawu, over alleged anti-party activities, while the rival camp responded by suspending Damagun himself and naming Abdulrahman Mohammed as acting national chair. Party insiders told our correspondent that over 3,000 super and elected delegates will vote to choose new leaders, insisting that Ibadan Convention remains valid under the most recent court order. Meanwhile, the Wike-backed bloc maintains the convention is illegal, calling it a poly by the Governors Forum to hijack the PDP's structure ahead of the 2027 election. With parallel meetings and court orders flying across states, the PDP high-stake Ibadan Convention may determine not just its next leadership, but the future of Nigeria's largest opposition party. The convention, already marred by controversy, pits the Umar Damagun-led National Working Committee, backed by the PDP government and Board of Trustees, against the faction loyal to FCT Minister Nyesom Wike, which has declared its own leadership. We need to go on a break now, but when we come back, more news across Nigeria, coupled with sports, foreign, and business news. Join us again.
My name is Desogari Comedy Catalyst, one of Nigerian comedy.
Alright guys, back again, yes boss, my name is Osh Baby.
Yeah, what up people, it's your boy Victor 80.
Girl Niniola.
My name is my wife Niger celebrity type man.
My papa say, who won't carry cow, waka follow the cow. I know the life for you.
As you know, you're watching the Atlantic TV.
Keep watching Atlantic TV.
Atlantic TV.
Keep watching Atlantic TV.
Keep watching Atlantic TV.
Keep watching Atlantic TV.
Atlantic TV.
Informative, educative, interesting, entertaining.
Worldwide, international.
Don't go anywhere, I'll catch you.
Don't touch that die. Atlantic TV. Boom.
Atlantic TV, we wanna party.
Atlantic TV. Culturally inclined and uniquely different.
Welcome back. Now the rest of the news. For the first time in history, Nigeria successfully linked its national electricity grid to the unified West African Power Network, a landmark move towards a single regional energy market across ECOWAS nation. In a joint statement released on Sunday, NISCO board chairman Adesegun Akin Olubade and managing director Abdul Bello Mohammed described the test as a major leap towards stable, reliable, and interconnected electricity in the region. The scrutinization, lasting 4 hours between 5:04 a.m. and 9 a.m., marks the first successful attempt at a single operational grid for the sub-region after a failed trial in 2007. Officials said the breakthrough was achieved through enhanced coordination, real-time communication among control centers, and harmonized operational standard. The development links Nigeria Area 1 grid to Area 2 and 3, covering 15 West African nations, paving the way for energy trading, shared reserves, and reduced power cost. Analysts said the move strengthens Nigerian leadership in regional energy cooperation, potentially unlocking billions in investment and stabilizing electricity supply for millions. With the unified grid now live, West Africa moves a step closer to its goal of a single electric market serving over 400 million people. a feat experts said could redefine the continent's energy future. The Nigerian Independent System Operator, in partnership with the West Africa Power Pool, confirmed the successful scrutinization test conducted on Saturday, Monday 8th of November 2025, connecting Nigeria, Niger, and parts of Benin and Togo to the broader West Africa grid. Away from that, the Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria has launched a sweeping reform to curb touting, extortion, and harassment at a major airport across the country. In a new policy document titled Measures to Address Corrupt Practice and Enhance Passenger Experience at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport at JAT, FAN unveiled Operational Air Clean, an initiative aimed at sensitizing airport operation and restoring public confidence. The reforms include dissolving joint inspection tables, deploying intelligence-driven screening system, and setting up profiling rooms for transparent passenger check at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport and the General Aviation Terminal in Lagos. Real-time display screens will now show the names and agencies of officers of duty to ensure accountability. To further enhance discipline, FAN has activated a mobile call to prosecute touts and offenders on the spot, while Bureau de Change and car hire operators found loitering outside approved zones will face immediate sanctions. Managing Director Olubuyi Kukus says the reforms will transform passenger experience nationwide, stressing that zero tolerance for misconduct is now FAN's new standard. With Operation Air Clean now in full swing, FAN says it is committed to restoring order, transparency, and dignity at the Nigerian airport, turning what was once a traveler's nightmare into a model for global best practice. This comes after Senator Osita Izunaso disclosed or described the conduct of touts and beggars at the airport as a national embarrassment, prompting swift action for the Ministry of Aviation and Aerospace Development. On the foreign scene, the United Kingdom has updated its travel advisory in Nigeria, warning its citizens to avoid 21 states across the country over rising insecurity, kidnapping, and violent crime. The advisory specifically warns against all travel to Borno, Yobe, Adamo, and Gombe in the northeast due to heightened terrorist threat, and against all but essential travel to Bauchi. In the northwest, the FCDO cautioned against traveling to Katsina and Zamfara and advised limited movement in Kaduna, Kebbi, Jigawa, and Sokoto states due to frequent kidnapping and bandit attack. The UK government also urged caution in the north-central state of Niger, Kogi, Plateau, and Taraba, while advising against non-essential travel to Abia, Anambra, Imo, and parts of Delta, Bayelsa, and Rivers in the southeast and south-south. Even Abuja, the nation's capital, was not exempted, with the advisory noting an increase in violent crime and warning that protests could turn violent. In Lagos, British citizens are cautioned against late-night movement and withdrawing cash from ATM after dark due to street crime. The FCDO further urged British nationals to stay alert, avoid large gatherings, and verify medical and adoption service carefully. The advisory remains in effect as of Sunday and reflects the UK government growing concern over Nigerian security situation. The Foreign Commonwealth and Development Office, an advisory updated on October 21st, said insecurity was increasing across all regions, other than incidents of adoption, banditry, and inter-communal clashes were now widespread. And talking sports, Super Eagles midfielder Wilfred Ndidi has sent a strong message to Nigerian playoff opponents, saying the team is dangerous form ahead of their 2026 World Cup qualifiers in Morocco. Speaking ahead of the crunch tie, Ndidi told reporters that the team's strength lies in pace, power, and creativity in wide areas, adding that unity and discipline will be key to success. Expect commitment, organization, and intensity. We want to be difficult to play against and show courage when it matters most. The best Six Stars man added that no opponent should be underestimated, stressing that players are won through preparation and execution and not reputation. Reflecting on their tough qualifying journey, Ndidi said the team has learned vital lessons in game management, set pieces, and discipline, insisting that focus and recovery will determine who makes it to the next stage. The winner of the African playoff will advance to the next year's Intercontinental stage in Mexico, where 2 final qualification spots for the 2026 FIFA World Cup will be up for grabs. Nigeria faced Gabon on Thursday's semi-final clash, with the winner set to meet either Democratic Republic of Congo or Cameroon in Sunday's final for a ticket to the Intercontinental Playoffs. And still talking sports, Barcelona striker Robert Lewandowski was in sensational form on Sunday night, scoring a hat-trick to inspire the Catalan Giants to a 4-2 win over Celta Vigo in a pulsating La Liga encounter at the Balodares. In stoppage time of the first half, teenage sensation Lamine Yamal fired home to make it 3-2 as Barcelona went into the break on top. Lewandowski completed his hat-trick soon after, a first since returning from a thigh injury that kept him sidelined for a month. Celta pushed for a late outcome, but Barca held firm, with Yamal striking the post in the closing moments. The victory moves hence Flick's side up to 28 points, just 3 behind Real Madrid, keeping their La Liga title hopes alive. A strong statement from the Barcelona and a perfect comeback night for Robert Lewandowski. The Polish forward opened scoring for the penalty spot early on, but Celta hit back through Thiago Cicerera. Lewandowski then restored Barca lead before Barca qualified or equalized again for the host. And with that, sporting news comes to the end of the news on Atlantic TV. You always remember, if you have any newsworthy reports, do send it to our different social media platforms, and we'll be more than happy to have it. I still remain Michael Gobalia. Bye for now.
Atlantic TV, culturally inclined and uniquely different.
The future of the worried child is bold, bright, and limitless. Gone are those days where being from Warri means that you are underestimated or being put in a box. Today, the Warri child is breaking boundaries in education, innovation, and all things that they set their minds to. We are gathered right here live at the Brown Hill Coliseum in Warri, Delta State for the future of the Warri child, a one-day seminar put together for secondary school students in Warri, Delta State, and its aim is to reshape and of course to remind these children that their dreams are valid and they can be anything that they want to be. We will be reshaping destinies and of course putting in the minds of these children that yes, within them. The theme for this year is a very powerful one, Beyond Limits, Unlocking the Potential of the Warri Child. Now, this is not just another seminar, this is a movement, one that brings to the knowledge that every child has greatness inside of them. My name is NK and I'll be holding it down right here on the red carpet for Atlantic Media and TV, where we'll be having our special guests and of course we'll be having conversations with our speakers, distinguished guests, and of course our students who are here and ready to learn, to get inspired, and of course to go home with so much enlightenment. Join me on the red carpet as I interview great men and women who will be coming here today to experience this great history in the making.
The future of the Warri child is in your mouth. And as long as they can't steal your voice, they cannot steal your future. God bless you all. God bless Ogiame Atuashe III. God bless the children of this great land. God bless Nigeria.
Child can do anything possible because we believe first God made them, and if God made them, God actually made them without limit. So we are trying to sell that dream back to them, no matter what they've been taught, no matter what they've been told, that the Warri child is going beyond limit.
To unlock children's potential, it starts with you as a parent.
What we are here to do is to also put them in the direction of, as you are working, also get yourself checked.
Going beyond the limits, beyond unlocking your potential, knowing your place, owning your story, finding the obstacles, identifying them, leaning into the lessons that life throws at you. So generally speaking, it's all about honing yourself and looking around you to solve problems. When you are a problem solver, you will always have value.
I'm a product of Warri, so today I am that future standing here, and for that reason I have no doubt the people that will come after us will do greater things.
I feel so amazed by everything that has been going on today. I am truly touched and I'm truly enlightened today.
I feel very nervous coming here, but meeting new people and seeing that, oh, like there are lots of opportunities. Thank you most for the opportunity that have given to us, the future of the Warri child.
Future of the Warri child is me, thanks to the Corona Care Foundation.
Welcome back. If you're just joining, it's Trending O'Clock, and you know how we do it right here on Trending. We'll talk about all the trending and juicy gist on the internet, and of course give our opinions about them. I am Mercy Irabo, and you know, once it's trending, I can never be alone in the studio. Who is joining us this beautiful Monday morning? Mr. Michael Gubadia. Mr. Michael, thank you for always joining me.
Hey, it's time to trend.
Okay, that's the way out of it.
I tried.
You want to give the gossip vibes, okay?
Sorry, my bad.
Okay, anyways, that's Mr. Michael for you. Very funny. And when it comes to trending, I think he's the best fit for trending.
Ah.
Please don't say this to NK.
Okay, but she will hear.
All right, so let's not waste more time. Let's just dive straight into it. Our top story for today, big news from Kaduna. The EFCC has returned 42.5 million naira to a 70-year-old widow, Mrs. Margaret Taye Odofin, who had her life savings swindled by a fraudulent bank officer. Mrs. Odofin, a retiree, had been defrauded by Mrs. Kehinde Olawale Yusuf, her investment officer at a new generation bank, between November and December 2020. Yusuf allegedly convinced her to invest in a scheme promising high returns, but secretly diverted nearly 47 million naira into other accounts. When Mrs. Odofin raised questions, Yusuf cut off communication and fled to the UK. But justice caught up. Following a petition to the EFCC Kaduna office, 42.5 million naira was recovered and officially handed back to Mrs. Odofin in a bank draft. So here you can see the 70-year-old woman was so emotional and grateful, saying now she has reasons to believe that justice still works in Nigeria. Well, I think I am saying this is a testament that justice work here in Nigeria. This is beautiful. When I saw this story, I said, yes, this is a very good one coming from the EFCC. It's a very big one for Nigeria, Mr. Michael.
Yeah, well, you're really right. You know, if they are not doing well, we should speak out.
Exactly.
But if they are doing well, we need to give them thumbs up.
Yeah.
And really thumbs up to EFCC for making that woman feel different, especially as it concerns justice and how that can also come quickly. Because yes, it can also be delayed.
Yeah.
And you do know she's old and it will be difficult for her to get it when she's now close to 80, 90, and at the end have little or nothing to do with it. But it also shows you how really fraudulent some Nigerians are that you put your whole trust into. You know, this is the greatest betrayal ever. Knowing that somebody that you've been his account officer for many years,
yeah,
you now had to swingle and ran away on account of taking that huge sum of money, and you do know it's her life savings.
And from a 70-year-old
really
widow,
some
from a
Nigerians are really fraudulent
70-year-old
and
woman.
wicked.
Like
Very
from a
wicked.
70-year-old woman.
All she has labored for all her life.
Where is her heart? Where's her conscience? That's one thing I just said the moment I saw that. A 70-year-old widow, where exactly do you want her to start from? Wow. And then you took all of that and you fled to the UK, thinking you're done. Maybe when she was going, she just feel like, is it not Nigeria? Nothing really works here in Nigeria, but this is it. Justice caught up with that. Well, kudos to the EFCC. When they're doing their jobs, I will always give them kudos. Yes, away from that, still talking about people to get kudos. Last week we talked about a very shocking story of the driver that allegedly went into the boss's house with a spare key and then grabbed all the dollars in the room and all of that. Well, updates on that. He has been caught and arrested. Yes, he has been caught and arrested thanks to the viral CCTV footage that captured the daring break-in. Ibrahim has now been arrested. Authorities acted swiftly after the video spread online, tracking him down within 24 hours. Yeah, so this is kudos to the police, to everybody involved. Kudos to them. Like, justice no longer delay in this country because
well, anyway, yes.
just 24 hours.
This is why I feel this edition of Trending will be giving thumbs up to those security agencies that are doing
their
job.
jobs. Yeah,
yeah, we should not only just give them bashing when they're not doing well. Thumbs up to the Nigerian police. It shows that when it trends on trend, definitely you get the result at the end. That's how it is. So if in case you are looking for all those money that you feel have been stolen, come, let's make it trend, and definitely you see a good end at the end of it. But happy for the woman, her tears were not in vain. She has now finally caught up with the guy. But come, where is the money?
Okay, well, so many persons are asking. We were able to gather some reactions from netizens. Let's see some of the reactions we got from nets. My driver didn't even do this before I flung him. These guys are so heartless and always feel they should live the same life as their bosses. That is why you restrict their movements within your house and keep confidential information far away from them. Never get carried away and allow too much familiarity with them. Remember, they are not your family member, but employee. Never make or pick any call that will involve financial discussions while in the car with them. Yes, I think this is a very good advice coming from this person. Take him to police and persecute him. Why is he on the floor? This is inhumane. Okay, Kuje don't get new tenants. Okay, now I get that. Let's see if we have some more reactions. I hope he hasn't spent all the dollars. Yes, I hope he hasn't spent all the dollars. Then my security did the same. Unfortunately, he's yet to be caught.
Sandy baby, come bring it to trend.
To trending, yeah, let's
we'll
talk about it. Let's help you make it trend. Let's help you make it go viral. That's good. In this life, always be contented with what you have. And to think that they said he was being paid 100,000 naira, and then he has free accommodation, free food, and all of that. What's
free watching TV?
What's all of this greed? Maybe some of the money can be recovered. Criminal. Regina brother don't finally get replacement. This is not talking about Regina. These people, I never knew that they are criminal talented like this. Like this is just, I don't know, but where is the money? That's what we keep asking.
The big question.
But currently, I saw the boss made a video. Okay, let's say the 100K is small. Do you understand what free food and accommodation is? That is the thing. If you see free food in this country, what else are you looking for? What else are you looking for?
The 100K will just be going to your hand.
Just your savings. This man is just evil and a thief. That's how they will lay down and beg like they are innocent. These guys can kill if they have the chance. I remember you made mention of that the other time. This kind of action is what destroys trust and hinder people from helping others. Even if you don't background check, you can never really know a person. So I think she meant even if you do all of your background checks, you can really not know a person. Bro to bro, you will go to jail. Yes,
for sure.
He has to go to jail. Interesting. Well, I really hope the boss gets all her money back. In as much as reports has it that he has spent about 5.6 million naira already on bets.
Wow, 5.6 million.
5.6 on bets.
Virtual bets. Wow.
That's interesting. I don't know what to call that guy. Maybe he wants to double the money. You stole money, you want to double it and all of that.
This is what I see. People that do not work hard for their money always have easy way of spending them. Just imagine within just a week or two, you spent about 5.something million. Where many persons that's their life saving, they have this opportunity and they will live big. They have 5.6 million naira and you might not see them even around the shores of this country. They've taken flight to a separate nation trying to build themselves. But irrespective of it, it goes to show you how low-minded, criminal-minded, and how really waste these people seem to be.
Just imagine, just took the whole money for bets.
And he's putting on that shorts. You saw the shorts he was wearing when he was
exactly, and the woman said that she hopes she gets the rest of the money. But we don't know if the money is still there. That's the question. We don't know if the money is still there.
And him going to jail will never bring back that money.
Will never bring back the money. That's what she's saying, that maybe when he gets tortured a bit, maybe he will speak up and say, but currently he hasn't really said anything about the money. I think they did some research on his accounts and they saw how he was spending money on bets and all of that. Well, this is a very sad story for the woman. I hope she gets all her money. So we know investigations are still ongoing and we'll definitely bring more updates as soon as they unfold. So away from that, actress Regina Daniels has fired back at Senator Ned Nwoko over his recent accusations of alleged drug use. Nwoko claimed that Daniels had a history of drug addiction, but Regina hit back strongly, asking, and I quote, "When I married you at 17, was I on drugs?" From all her posts, it seems she has agreed to the claims of drug use. That's what I feel, because we saw so many comments.
And she agreed on all her posts again with that very post. She had agreed on something else too.
What did you find?
She was 17.
Yeah, she was 17. I was still going to come to that. She was 17. She was actually a minor.
People were saying it when that marriage was taking place, but there was strong denial coming from her family, coming from her herself. Now, come on. Now she's saying she was 17.
Yeah, but even from her, yeah, I remember then she said when an actress starts at a very tender age, people just believe she is still a baby. And then they feel she does not grow and all of that. And now you're claiming you were actually 17 because of all of this. But then you claimed you were an adult, and now you're...
More revelations to come.
You are still... I don't know what to say. I don't know who to blame in all of this. I don't want to point fingers yet, but so many persons are to be blamed for all of this. Because
Fairy godmother.
For a minor to get married to not even her age mate, to an elderly person, a minor, and she's coming out now, and I don't know if, yeah, justice work in this country, but there are things that I personally am expecting to see happen due to all of these revelations coming out, knowing the fact that somebody got married to a minor, and now all of these are unfolding, Mr. Michael.
Well, it's really a shame to see them spread their dirty laundry in public. Two major issues. Number one, you've always denied you never took drugs, but now you're admitting it at the end. And another one, you always denied you were not 17 when you got married. Now you're admitting it at the end. You know, this is just a tale of greed, misplaced priority, and also entitlement mentality. That's what I'll just call all of this. It's really sad. And who I'll put at the front runner of all blames? Well, anyway, it's not mine to give blames though, but where was the mother marrying your daughter out at 17? 17th birthday? Come on, that's something I can't wrap my head around. And the mother has always come out to say, yeah, she's mature enough, she's this. Was the mother 17 when she got married?
That's the question.
So it's really sad that because of, well, some unnecessary financial gains, we'll close our eyes, turn a blind eye to things like this, and we expect them to go well at the end. How would it ever happen? Even I'm amazed that it took them this long before we had any rumor of things really degenerating in their household and coming out to play out on the social media and or public space. It's really, really disheartening. And it's one many mothers should really question themselves when it comes to their children getting married or pushing their children into marriages that, well, really, they'll cry at the end, just as Regina is crying.
Okay, then another thing that I really caught, that was when she said that she started doing drugs when she moved into Ned's house.
So who taught her?
So many other accusations from her post. We saw some allegations, even when she said Ned one day drugged her in the room. At times he seized her phone, locked her up for a week and all of that. We saw all of those things, in as much as Ned have not really come out to say anything. But we want him to speak. The last time he spoke, he just said Sammy is not coming out soon. He said Sammy is a threat to his family and all of that. He dropped certain videos saying how he has been spending money for the Regina Daniels family. And remember, the mother came out, Rita Daniels came out last week to say they've not really gotten anything from Ned. In fact, Regina Daniels spent $50,000 for Ned's campaign. But now Ned is saying, so far so good. When he checked his transfer history and all of that, he has sent about 125 million naira to Rita Daniels. So all of this, I'm still trying to get it. We're not into this for money. In fact, we've been the ones spending for the senator. And now the senator is coming out to say, I have done way too much for this family. Even the Sammy that is in custody right now, that he actually trained Sammy in school. Yeah, he sent Sammy to Ambrose Ali University. He rented a very good apartment for Sammy in Abuja. And all of these many things, I don't even know where to wrap my head around.
Is it not obvious with his statement that all of this is all about the money? We used to call it all about the Benjamins.
Daniel said it's not about
yeah, but
money.
Is it not funny? Let the mother bring her claims. Yes, the daughter spent about $50,000. Where is the bank alert? Where are the receipts for it? But yes, he has said he has spent so much. If Regina Daniel's mother feels Ned Nwoko is so handsome that they had to give, not only giving her daughter out to him, but also spending that huge chunk on his election bid, then I wonder what Mr. Kess is.
Maybe men are the prize after all.
Mr. Kess is a
I didn't say that.
Okay.
Anyway, she also challenged Nwoko's claim that they were legally married, insisting they were not, and has vowed to fight back in court to protect her reputation married in court. And I just get to
and a
understand
senator
all of this. And
that makes the law.
That makes the law. You know the law properly. And now your wife is saying nothing has tied you all, so she's not even filing for divorce. You're divorced already. This story is very funny.
Were they married?
Very funny. They were married. I don't know. Well, we actually saw pictures, but that
No, you said they are divorced already, and she said they were never married.
That place was looking, I don't know, but maybe it's marriage, maybe it's not. I don't know. Maybe it's a contract. I don't know. But she said nothing is tying them together. So maybe right now in her own
Two lovely
head,
sons.
they are divorced. Yeah, it's just that when two elephants are fighting, the grass suffers. And now they have two lovely sons that will end up coming out from a broken home. And this is not one prayer that we really wish for our children. Well, it's even up till this very moment, even when they've come out to wash all their dirty linens outside, it's been messy and all of that. But I still wish somehow deep down that they are able to resolve all of this amicably, even if they're not coming back together. But for the sake of the children, they should just stop all of these things, because they say the internet does not forget. These kids will grow up to see all of these things, seeing the father calling the mother drug addict and then the mother firing back and all of these things. These kids will grow to see all of these things, and it won't really be funny for them. So I feel they should just find a way to resolve all of this. It's family issue. That was the same thing I said the last time. It's family issue. Why don't you just go behind cameras, go out of social media to sort all of these things out?
Go to the Bahamas.
Yeah, and
walk on
all
the beach.
Places they've been going to, go
Smoke
there
more.
and resolve all of this. That's Mr. Michael for you. Anyways, I think we have to leave the Regina Daniels story, but I know before morning we'll still get more updates on this, because it's just like
It's unfolding.
unfolding every day. Maybe we should start saying keeping up with the Nwokos. All right, away from Regina Daniels, still talking marriage. Yes, love and faith intertwined. Popular gospel singer Pastor Nathaniel Bassey recently shared the inspiring story of how he married by the voice of God. Beautiful couple. During a recent marriage, Pastor Nathaniel Bassey recounted that his wife had been on a month-long fast under her church theme, 2 is better than 1. He described the union as a testimony of following divine directions. We are obviously seeing that here. We are. Social media has been filled with divorces. Let's take time to celebrate beautiful love stories like this. We need to take our time, because I remember, was it Don Jazzy that came out last week to say he doesn't want to get married because of all of these divorces and all of that you see on social media and all of that. But now we can see beautiful marriages. Why don't we just celebrate all of these beautiful marriages? And I think the Nathaniel Bassey's marriage is one model for we younger generations to emulate. Yeah, it's one beautiful love story that I have always envied from distance. Yeah, I love their love. I love everything about their marriage, Mr. Michael.
Well, anyway, I'm just really, you know, you've just said it all. You
Yeah.
know, as much as we talk about some very nasty, unhealthy marriages, we also talk about some strong, healthy, and also role models that everybody needs to follow. You know, Nathan Bassey has always been top-notch, especially as it concerns his gospel, being one of the best gospel artists on the planet.
Yeah.
But also I feel also he's a role model when it comes to real strong Christian marriages. And that's what we should now learn to promote, rather than, you know, they always say bad news sells, but sometimes let's look at the good side, the happy side of marriages, and indeed see how we can strengthen our marriages and make it work.
Yeah, so right now you need to stay tuned for more inspiring stories, more beautiful love stories like this right here on Trending. We'll be bringing more of this. We need to make all of these good, beautiful love stories trend, just as we tend to trend all of the nasty and messy divorces and all of that. We also need to let beautiful love stories trend. Away from that, exciting news from the entertainment industry. Popular actress Real Worry Pikin is a mom again, welcoming a beautiful baby girl. The actress shared her joy with fans, expressing gratitude for a safe delivery and celebrating the newest addition to her family. I know how so many persons never believed she was pregnant. I remember when she revealed that beautiful bump, and some persons came out to say, no, she's not pregnant, because we saw her at Priscilla's wedding with her corset and all of that. she's not pregnant. Some persons were saying, well, it's fake pregnancy and all of that. And then she made several videos trying to convince everybody that she was really pregnant, but people never believed it. But now this is it. This is the result of that pregnancy you all never believed. Yeah, and I'm super happy for Real Worry Pekin, and I pray that God keep her safe, keep the baby very safe, Mr. Michael.
Well, anyway, a strong congratulations from us right here at Atlantic TV to Real Worry Pekin. We're always so proud of you, and we'll just tell you congratulations. And well, anyway, it's not a bouncing baby girl, but a beautiful baby girl.
Beautiful
lovely
baby
one.
girl.
Congratulations to yourself and your husband.
Yes.
Nice one.
Yeah, congratulations to Real Worry Pekin. Wishing her and her family lots of love, laughter, and happiness with her bundle of joy. Well, it's been an interesting time right here on Trending. I've had a super amazing time, and you know you can engage with us. That's the closest way to engage with us through all our social media platforms, on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram at Atlantic Media and TV. Drop your comments and we'll definitely see all of them. Well, this is where we have to wrap things up on Trending on Viewpoint on Atlantic TV. This is where I have to tell you, see you for another great edition of Trending and of Viewpoint. Same time tomorrow. I am Mercy Erabo. Do have a great day.
And I'm Michael Gobadia. He's also a rapper right here on Viewpoint, but we'll always tell you, let's see how we'll do this. Same time come tomorrow. Bye for now.